so excited you're joining me in this new business paradigm movement where we create and build from deep connection with ourselves, integrity, and body-led entrepreneurship journey, where we focus on capacity-based business growth so we could receive, handle, and embody more of our potential without compromising ourselves. And doing that through the business with ease and flow and naturalness, and where we lead our movement with insanely impactful, anchored, soft power. And let's not forget the fun. So let's dive in. I want to take a moment now to share a little bit the themes that I'm sensing, where I am with it, and what's going to be next year with my work and my mission. And I don't know, how did you feel, but I feel like 2024 offered a lot of opportunities and challenges to change and learn and finish cycles. It's still happening. It's still like cleanup, like pushing till the last. It's been a very challenging year for a lot of us. It really invited us to kind of look into our inner work. And if you didn't do a lot of inner work, which I feel like people who are in my space, they do. But for those people who didn't do, they will be hit by the wall. They will be forced to look at, and it will hit without asking in a way. You already notice like there is this separation, people more going to the fear, and some people like us, we going more into our power. But next year, I feel like it will be so extreme that there will be no middle class anymore. Some of people are still in old and new. And I feel like that's maybe was the theme for you as well this year. One step a little bit in the new you, a new life, new version, new reality, and then one step back in the old. And it's like pendulating between that. And the next year will be, okay, no pendulation, going really extremes. And this year also may felt a bit slow, because astrologically, we were still in the earth and water energy element. And earth is very, very slow, very like, okay, let's think about it. And water is really emotion. So I definitely had like so many emotional waves this year, but everything felt like very slow. And next year, we're moving to very different elements collectively. And next year, we're moving to the fire and air element. So things will go much faster. Things will accelerate, things will speed up, but also there will be more impulsivity and more anger will come up, this impulsive stuff. And collectively, we are not very good in handling anger. So get ready for that. But also things will speed up, things will pick up. I'm sensing like the first quarter will be quite maybe slow, like slow start, but especially in the second part and towards the end of the year, things will heat up. So that's kind of a little bit overall the vibe. But the main thing, underlying thing will be the power. For us to claim power fully, step into very powerful self-leadership, and to realize layers and layers and layers. Where do you give your power away? Where are your power leakages? And I'm telling you, there are onion layers of it. Like you think you claim your power and then, whoop, it's another thing. This is the biggest thing now, the biggest core pillar, and the war about, the fight about in the world is about people claiming their own power back and realizing that they always had the power. But the system and the structure is so oppressed and so many layers and so many visible and invisible ways that we kind of normalized it. And this will shift massively next year. What it means for us, for people who are doing the work, it means good news. It means you will take more space in the world, and you will access that expanded version, that powerful you more. Like it almost, another element of it, I wrote here elements of what that empowerment theme will look like. So it's a little bit will take you nature's way. Like nature will force you to look and go with the flow, not how you planned, not what you predicted, but like more, hey, this is where things are happening. Like you may have a desire, but nature will take you total unexpected ways. So another theme that I'm sensing will be unexpected. The nature will humble you. I had this a lot already this year. It's like, oh, I have all the plan, I have the business idea, I have all these ambitions. And I was like, wait a minute, we're going there, but totally different way. And it will invite us to go more with our flow, with like really tuned to the nature and environment and what like listening what's present here and now, instead of I have my goals and I have my vision and I'm not really realizing what is my capacity, what's really going on around and where things wants to unfold. So that's a big thing. But also stepping in your power means facing your fears. And that's a little bit sorry to say, but that there's no way around. Because fear is holding a lot of your power. I know a lot of you already faced a lot of fears, but next year I'll go next level. Like, and it's good news because it's holding you back. It's uncomfortable, but the only way to go there is through that. And with that, embracing the trust. So a lot of collective will go or more controlling the fear or controlled by fear. And we will go more surrender and trust. And feeling peace in the midst of the chaos. And that's another part of the work that I feel, I don't know how to call like these two like my kind of people who are stepping into their power, like these pioneers of new movement, new earth, like people who are awake. The big work will be about what I call strong roots and firm spine. And what I mean by that, what I notice a lot with sensitive, high frequency beings, the biggest issue is they don't know how to be in the body. That's what all my work is about, embodiment. Because this world, rightfully so, this world is too harsh. This world is crazy. It's not built for our sensitive nature. I have days where I was like, I cannot even comprehend this. Like, I don't know how, but how does that help anyone? And what we will be invited to do, and that's why I built all my work around, to stay strong in your center, in your core, in your values, in your integrity, in your nervous system. So you stay in your body, take care of your body. So you're not kicked out by distractions, you're not kicked out by stresses, by the weather. It's like putting your roots so strong like a tree. So you stand firm, and no matter the weather, if it's the wind, tornado, it's the snow, it's the heating sun, you stay firm. And it may touch you a little, it may hurt you a little, you may cry, whatever happening in the world, but in your core, you're strong. So that will be kind of the main work for us of empowerment. It's unfair, it's crazy, it's chaos, it hurts my heart, I don't agree, whatever feelings you have, but you still stay in your power. It doesn't kick you out of your body. And that's the embodiment and empowerment work of yourself. That's the peach people. You say stuff soft from outside. You may be bruised a little bit, you may be squashed a little bit on the corner, but in the core, you're strong in your truth, in your integrity, and in your inner guidance. Because that's another part of the empowerment, is you will have to learn to listen to your body, to listen to your intuition, and listen to your gut. And if you don't, I know a lot of you are doing that, but it will invite you to do that like non-questionable. All these whispers, all these body guidance, to trust that fully. Because there will come a point where it's only thing that you can trust. Only thing that makes sense is like your compass, your guidance. And I know you already know that in some way, but somehow I felt like I really need to share that because of the other themes I will share a bit later. Because another part of the, how to say, the self-leadership part will be capacity for your discernment. Distraction will increase in the world. Distraction will increase in your daily life. Distraction will increase around the people around, which questionable already. We don't know who are people, who are not, who is who, what is what. But also what will be big next year, it will be distorted reality. And that will come a lot with AI, a lot with technology, a lot with social media. Social media and technology will be a big theme next year. Especially I sense like in the second part of the year will be quite a heated thing. But it will get so distorted, people will start to wake up. It will be one of those technological wake-ups where we woke up about banks and system, like, oh my gosh, like, and it was wars and collapses and stuff. So the time for social media and technology is coming also in that. I feel like it's like a pimple, like it's growing, and it will explode. It's almost like I see it as the ship is going to the rocks with that, and nobody is paying attention. Like we all are going to the rocks and we will crash. So, but also with that part, there will be good stuff, a lot of innovation, a lot of realigning integrity, but technology, somehow information technology is going to be big next year. So I'm inviting you also to look into your privacy, your technology part, take care fully, because I'm sensing, I don't know why, and please take it and leave it. Don't take it for like all I say for granted, things changing all the time. But especially in the second part of the year, I feel this will become a hot potato. Cyber attacks, identity thefts, privacy. I was talking about this for years now. I have the blog about it where I recommend all technology to take care. But it will come a point where this will be very, very pivotal in our society. And that also adds to your distraction and disorientation, because you don't know what is reality. You don't know who is who, but your body always senses. There was a research that when we look in AI picture, even if it looks like a human, our nervous system recognizes that it's not a human. So if we trust our body signal, even everything around us says, yeah, everyone says this is the thing, or on the paper it looks very solid. But if your inner voice, if your inner guidance says it's something off, trust that it's something off. And that's what I mean, like that inner guidance will be very strong. Invitation to practice that, because that's what will help you to navigate all what's going on in the world. And another part of this capacity for discernment, you have to be very clear what's success for you, what's worth your energy, choosing your fight, and setting very, very strong internal boundaries. Because we are going next level energetically. So the world also will go more spiritual level up. But for us, energetics will be even more tuned. Yes, we do energetic work, we understand, but we are not really practically, we were not taught how to manage our energetic boundaries, spiritual boundaries. And it's so subtle. So we have to be very, very discerned, determined, like where I'm going, what matters to me, and that we have direction. What success is to you? Where are you going this year? And you stay eyes on the ball. So you're not distracted by all kind of things, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, because you are increasingly distracted by all these areas. So it's very much strong roots, firm spine kind of practice. And radical accountability of taking your life creation seriously, taking charge, because self-leadership will be the theme. So a lot of collective will start to wake up that they have a power. But with people that I work, it's wake up to, I'm actually free and I have to take responsibility how I lead my life. It's a little bit like advanced level of leading you, how powerful you are. And that includes who has access to me, where is worth to spend my energy, what distracts me, but also really knowing what success is to you, what desires you want, like what life you want to experience, what meaningful life is to you, and claiming that fully. And not in the way of like pity party, I am healing and stuff. We always heal, but taking seriously, claiming the space and taking seriously, creating the life we want, creating the life we want to, the world we want to see, taking our peace seriously. What do I need to do? What do I need to get support on? How do I need to show up? Like what I need to stop. So it will be next level, because next level precision, let's put it that way. Because if you don't do that, you will be very quickly kicked out of your center and thrown into the mud of where collective is. And collective will go heat, fire. You know? A lot of people will wake up, but that also, don't let that distract you. You have to be really, let's call it claim your lane here. You will not save everyone. You will not solve every problem. You cannot feel all the unfairness in the world. Claim your lane. Like how do you direct your energy? So that's the empowerment and power that I sense, like that's the format that we're going to go next year and to work on, at least in the people who are a bit advanced in the working. And another thing that I feel it's related to that self-power and claiming power. A lot of us will have to claim individuality. A lot of us craving togetherness, but we cannot be in togetherness healthy way until we claim our individuality healthy way. Because unless we do that, it's wound dating wound relating with wound. But if you claim your own individuality, which means I know what I stand for, I know this feels right, I know this is my boundary, I know I want to relate to you, I don't want to relate with this is okay, this is not. Unless you claim that individual way of you, like I know I create this way and that's my flow, it will be very hard to relate healthily with another, and togetherness is not real togetherness. And this is where collectively also people will have to go through that. So there will be a lot of unity consciousness, but to embody that fully, which will happen probably next year more, next year will be like people will be drawn to wake up to claim their individuality first. Like, where do I leave my power? Where do I sabotage myself? Where do I perform relationship instead of being authentic me? And I feel like things will start to kind of a little bit heat up from March. And I don't know, don't ask me why, but probably there is some explanation astrologically or whatever. My feeling when I tune into it, and I think the second part of the year will go technology wise, people awakening wise, maybe social media. I'm not sure about that part because it's very oppressed, but it will have its own timing. But it's part of technology information, so it may come together. And then I think also because we're moving to this fire element and air increases the fire. So it's kind of, I think war may happen at the end of the year or maybe next year, but I feel like we tipping point of start of evolution kind of thing in these kind of areas. So people collectively will wake up more and more just like, oh my gosh, we have a power, and realize like it's almost the void will be taking a bit away. And but also for us, I notice no matter how much I do like this reclaiming my power, there's always new layer that I realize I give it away, because we've been conditioned for centuries to be oppressed. So it's a very, very deep work. I believe your sustainable, lasting business success cannot be built without proper foundations of you. Especially if you have heart-based business, it can be just as strong, aligned, and thriving as you are. As your capacity to hold and embody yourself, your creativity, your vision, and your potential. And also your ability to be daring, to embrace and lead from your truth, your guidance, your rebellious soul, and your extrasensory heart, to become and be the person you want to work with. I created the space, the Temple Path. It's probably one of the most non-conventional business-focused spaces based on personal growth, increased capacity, and nervous system care. It's for sensitive and ambitious, soulful entrepreneurs to access, embody, hold, and express more of you, genuine you in the world and your work. So you can be very sensitive, very rebellious, and so thriving in your own authentic way. Also, the business world would change a bit from this informational certificates, shiny bright objects, towards like really wisdom and embodiment. Like people also will trust less people who are fakey or one size fits all. Like people trust less and less. This year already, there was so much mistrust. You know, notice how you buy. You really take your time now. There's no so much spontaneous buying. So a lot will move to trust building and relationships. People don't need a lot of more informational stuff. People need connection. People need transformation, and people need support. That's where we move a lot. So, you know, like there was this wave of like, oh, courses, jonjo. But a lot will go into, and that's why I'm building also my own business, where I create way extra now touch points for people to build the trust with me. Because again, coming back, like we don't know who is who, we don't know who to trust. What is real. We got all so burned out. Where it's like, oh, I bought this, I signed up, and I was like, really? It's just another shiny bright object. So it's more going towards that, for informational, towards capacity, nervous system, body led, from the strategies to presence. So that's also shifting into, hey, let's talk about the real stuff, authenticity and individuality and empowerment, instead of just mental, manipulative, or just disembodied stuff. I think that's what my also invitation is, and my own desire and my own intention is very important to find your tribe. I know it sounds a little bit weird, but I mean like places and support systems that you can plug in to recharge, to keep your sanity and keep your direction in a way. You know, that's in a way. And I know myself, I'm so open, I'm so sensitive. I get affected. I get distracted, you know, or confused. It's so important to stick to the people around, and we so tend also to withdraw in aloneness. It's not the time. Like, yes, we needed time to heal on our own, but I feel like now we are stronger into individuality, and now it's time to step out in the world, claim the space. But what do you need to stay strong in your power to claim that space? Support system for yourself. So what I sense this coming like next year, maybe next, what I'm sensing 2025, 2027 will be very pivotal window. I felt this as many of you did. What is my contribution to this? How can I support? How can I save as many sensitive, lighthearted beings to stay grounded and thriving during these times? So embodiment is one of the key work. As I said, I still feel the most sensitive, beautiful, high frequency beings struggle to be in the body, to stay in the body, because their nervous system gets hyper alert all the time. Even they don't realize that. So nervous system is going to be key foundation thing for me. Next year, beginning of the year, already preparing mini retreats about social nervous system, which is how do we relate with others and how we feel safe and unsafe. I'm bringing up again this nervous system care course, where is foundation about all the nervous system, how it works, how to recognize, how to tune into your body, how your body communicates. I feel like that one for me is like, everyone should do it. It changed my life completely. For sensitive people, is like a must. And what I'm creating also, another part is to build your capacity. Capacity-based growth for me is everything, because, and it's related to nervous system. And I will do about 2 months intensive immersion of building your capacity, probably somewhere from February, end of January. So it's coming soon. I'm waiting clear date, where I want to kind of help you to prepare for the year with your capacity to hold more, to handle more, and to look into those 8 capacities, like receivership, like money, like self-leadership, like structural capacity, and so on. You know, those 8 capacities that I keep bragging about, but in general, what capacity work is. And I really deepened about this year, and I have a lot to say, new, very embodied data, because I'm realizing also that we were led so much by desire, but not by our body capacity to hold our desire. So we have these goals, but it's very different how your body relates to those goals. What is your body capacity to receive those desires, to hold those desires? So capacity growth. Also, it's not only how to manage yourself, but also how to claim that space in the world, claim your bigness in the world, with not burning yourself out or like shutting down. Because every step further in expansion for your nervous system is kind of a threat. Like all these voices, why you shouldn't do it, you know? So capacity work for me is like expanding that gently with a soft power. And these are kind of my big main themes. And then I will have 6 months to 1 year self-leadership program called Rise. We have now one group that we are deep diving, and it's rewiring in so many layers, and it's a long container, because it really takes time to go in your depth, and it rewires not only your business, it rewires also relationship with yourself, with your family, with your children, with the world, because it's all about where do we abandon ourselves and how can we step in our power. And I go every month through layers and aspects how we do that. I got really upgraded this year myself. Like I did, it was a big year for me. And I feel like that infused, and my group really felt it. Like the program just got leveled up. And so that I will do next year, somewhere March, April, I think, to start new container. And that one is kind of my most expensive signature program, where you can have continuous support. It's like a smaller group, like 6-8 people. But every month we get the theme we get to embody about self-leadership. And as well, you get group support, you get chat support. So you kind of like the most extensive support that I could create. So that's like literally staying into your vision and to your power, no matter what, like keep creating and stepping into the world. And for people who are like starting with my work, I created this membership where you can try, and I have a lot of courses there, including the nervous system course, including 8 capacities where I elaborate each of them, rewiring the way we work. And I will keep creating there these mini courses. So it's kind of getting the foundations and also getting a little bit life support. So that is also like the touch point, and it's more affordable. And then you can hop in, hop out when you want. That one is where I want to kind of gather my tribe and gather the people I want to support, and to get foundations of my work. What I mean, because if you don't get my foundations in the RISE program, I took very high level. It's like advanced energetics. So it's hard to understand the social nervous system aspect that I, for example, have one module there if you don't have foundations of nervous system vocabulary in a way, or expansion with capacity if you don't understand what I mean by capacity. So that's kind of like the layers of different plugins that I will offer next year. And you can also switch and you can see what works, what's not, if you want to. This year I went really, it was my winter season. I went really within and I really reflected very deeply myself. It was a lot of fear, a lot of ego death, and a lot of layers. I went through what a lot of people will go next year. I feel like I went this year. So I have a lot of capacity now next year. I feel it will be my year to lead. Yeah. Yeah. The library in the temple path is pure gold. Yeah. I'm not very big into kind of, I know, marketing. I'm very humble about what I do, but my purpose was to create any container that I will offer to the most profound quality that I can offer, because quality for me is everything. So the temple path, like there are, I don't know, like 10 courses already, and very, very profound. You can also test it out. I think 1 month is 150 euro, or you can have a quarter or half a year and go. It takes time to really ground the depth that is there. I'm planning there also to do parts more for our extrasensory nature. I feel that is coming next year. A lot of my work will go advanced level energetics next year, and all about soft power, self-leadership, gentle self-leadership, and nervous system and capacity-based growth. So that will be my thematics. That's what I'm going to focus. And this year, I literally fell in love with all of this. I was building this through years, but I feel like I embodied and I explored it in such depth that it will be really profound, I feel like, next year, the way it will show up. And I hope you feel that already in this mini retreat. I show up a little bit differently. Like I go really deep, and that's my intention next year. I really do understand the different situations we all are in. And that's why I kind of laid out different access points and different pricing, like so everyone can find their way to be supported, because I really deeply care about that most. And I still plan to offer mini retreats, and these mini retreats like this will be donation based always, as far as I know for now. And then you can do it standalone like this, or you can have it a part of the temple path and have all the richness there. So I will try to offer as much flexibility as possible. And also I'm planning to do maybe like free also. So I have to kind of set my own structure and flow and my own capacity to give more. But I definitely plan to do that. I hope you will have the beautiful end of the year. Let it all sink and integrate. Make that last wish of this year. And let's kick off next year powerfully and strong. I hope to see you next year. I hope to see you around. And I want to leave with growth looks different for everyone. And each plant is growing differently. And I just want to say, no matter where you are right now, just honor your own growth pace. You are in the right time, in the right growth. we all grow in seasons and we all grow differently. Nobody's ahead, nobody's behind. You are where you are. The most important thing is that we're growing, we're evolving, and that's the work of our lifetime. And now give yourself a moment and feel your body. Close your eyes and let this information, this episode, go through your body, anchor in your body. Let it feel how it touches you and what sensations it brings up.